Alright guys, I told you I'd show you my lab. Let's start out back here. If you guys notice, it's in a closet. Pretty big closet though. It's a walk-in closet. Don't give me any grief. The printer I've got right down here is going to be an HP printer. That's going to be my LaserJet P1109W. That's what's going to print all of my PCBs. I got my colored printer here. That is an HP as well. If it's an Office Jet, that's going to do all just my color stuff, fax, copying, all that junk. A bunch of stuff down here that I need to go through that are electronics. Need to tear them apart, blow them up, sell them, do whatever I need to do. Down here under here, I've got my fume extractor, homemade built one. Works really, really well actually. I've also got my parts bins down here. I've got my acetone, box full of gloves. Never have too many gloves. Copper clad PCBs. Got tooling down here, my calipers, my PC down here. All my alcohols, my hydrogen peroxides, glass cleaner, all of that stuff up here. One of my monitors that I have up here, my webcam. Sound system. You have to have a good sound system if you're going to be working on this. Let me turn this fan off real quick. It's pretty loud. Got a toolbox here, a bunch of neodymium magnets. Can never have too many magnets. Hold screws, small screwdrivers in here. That one, yeah, no. In here I've got tuning forks for radar systems that I've fixed for police departments. Step-up bits, 9-volt battery, just for different things like that. Here's all my screwdrivers, bigger ones. Down here's all my pliers, wire strippers, safety wire pliers. Down here is my parts bin. All of my PCB boards. This is a programmer right here for ATtiny85s, just so I can slap them on that board really quick. I've got a few Arduinos down here. Let's see what else. A little Christmas tree my daughter built me. If you guys have not picked up one of these yet, this is awesome. I will show you guys this in another video. It's called Kit on a Shield. This is the best little thing that I've ever picked up. It has multiple buttons on it. Is that in focus? I don't think that's focused, is it? It doesn't look focused. Focus. It's called Kit on a Shield. It's got a temperature sensor here. You've got a light sensor. You got an array of resistors for the LEDs that are along the top. I'll put a link in the description down there in the bottom. But it is an amazing little thing. Piezo buzzer on it. You've got push buttons on here. It is made, I think I got, where did I get this? Right there. ProgramElectronics.com/learn. You rock. And it's got some potentiometers on here as well. So it's a really good kit. I'll link that in the description in the bottom. All of my cutting tools for PCBs, I use this for cutting. My jumper wires are here. Alcohols. I've got my flux paste here, another tube of flux paste, solder sucker, heatsink, grease, another solder pin, flux pin for solder, 2 different kinds of solder, soldering paste. I've got all of my tips in here for my soldering iron. What is that? A little heat gun here that I've got hanging here. This cool little carousel thing. Use to hold herbs and spices. I got screws in there now. Up here is all my parts bins. Parts bins have got all of my resistors in them. There's a bunch of resistors in that one. Like this one's got a bunch of memory cards, flash drives and stuff in that one. This one's got all my ICs in it, my PICs, my regulators. This one right here has got all my transformers in it, all my heat sinks. Another one with a bunch of different little fans. Got this cleaning kit here. If you guys do not have these are a must. These are the foam swabs. You've got to get some of these. These are amazing. leave no lint or anything behind. They're lint free. This up here, this one right here, is my SMD parts bin. It's got all my resistors in there, all my capacitors, my 555 timers that are surface mount. Capacitors are up there, the bigger caps, the electrolytic. Got some transistors in here. So I keep all these in my parts bin here. Let's see what else we got. My LEDs are all stored in another bin right here. I'll put this one underneath this. Hold this camera with both things a little hard. Alright. Surface mount LEDs. All my high power capacity LEDs are in here. These are RGBs. Blue, royal blue LEDs, white, red. LEDs I pulled off of boards. These are 1.45 millimeter LEDs that are Cree. So I keep that all in that parts bin and set that up there. The other monitor that I use, definitely need one of these if you're going to be doing electronics. This is my capacitor tester. What's neat is I've got these pliers or tweezers with this. So these plugs directly into here. Plugs here and plugs here. And then these tweezers right here you touch to whatever capacitor, so that way you don't have to hold on to leads and check that out. So that way it makes it a whole lot easier for that. A couple of the other scopes that I use, this is just a cheap knockoff scope. It's got an adjustable screen on it. It does a couple different things. Does NPNs and PNPs, test those, make sure they're good. My main one that I use here is a Mac Tool Auto Range. And that's the main one that I use. My kids are going crazy in the background. This is the scope that I use. It's a 2-channel scope. It is 100 megahertz scope. It works really well. Love it. That's my WR-858D rework gun. Puts out quite a bit of heat. Goes up to 500 degrees Celsius. Same thing with my knockoff Hakko 937D. Goes up to 500 degrees Celsius as well. Love the tips on these. Are all interchangeable tips. Got my solder holder there. This is a project that I'm working on. I will show you guys this a little bit later. This is a controller for a light bar that I'm working on here. Just your standard power supply here, 12 volts, 3 amps. No, 19 volts, 3 amps. If you're using anything over 19 volts, you really don't need it. Or, yeah, I mean, we do all low voltage stuff. Cleaning and soldering, 2 alcohol dispensers here. You can never have enough alcohol. And then just got this little awesome little doohickey here. Man, this camera doesn't like to focus, does it? This little thing here is a buck converter. It's a hold 32 volts in, I believe, 32 volts out. And then you've got one pot here to adjust the voltage down. So it's a step down, I guess, buck converter. It's not a step up or anything. So I'll show you more of that, but that is my lab. I appreciate you guys coming and checking it out with me.